Hello everyone, MFPallytime here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. It's been about a week since we've released a Heroes video. I've been out of town. I traveled to PAX East, and it was fun, and I made a video about it that not very many of you watched. And then I was in Cleveland for a week with my girlfriend, and she was really sick. So she stayed home from work, so I just kind of kept her company. Usually the routine is she goes to work in the morning, I wake up and get some streams in while I'm in Ohio, but since she was there the whole time, I thought I would just hang out until she felt better. Now, I've been working on a Kharazim video over the last couple days. If you go ahead and look at my match history, this is when I was still figuring out the build, and this is the build. It's been working great. It's been working great. Now, the reason that I'm changing my Kharazim build, or at least, trying new things, is because he is bugged right now. I believe Bakery posted a video on Reddit showing off that there is a 0.25 second stun whenever Kharazim uses his dash right now. So it's kind of like a minor stutter. It's like you dash and then you're frozen there for a second and then you can keep moving. Now, this isn't that big of a deal if you're going for a healing build because you could still dash around and the mobility feels fine. But if you're going for the build that I've shown off a lot on this channel where you're doing Wave 100 Fists and kind of dashing in to try to deal damage to people, the kind of the hybrid Kharazim, if you're doing that, then it's a very big deal, and it can feel like your character is not responding in the way that he should be, because it's a lot harder to follow targets if you can't move immediately after a dash. Now, that duration has been blown way out of proportion. Kai said it was 2.5 seconds. It's not. I don't know where she got that number from. And the other bug is that his gloves don't fit right. So obviously we had to change up our build. Like, look at that. That looks ridiculous. So this is very old school. This is like a release Kharazim build we're about to do with some slight variations. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on the Haunted Mines today. In the last few videos I posted for Heroes, I seemed a little salty. And honestly, I wasn't having that much fun in Quick Match anymore, and I'm sure that showed. Also, I was going way out of my comfort zone to try characters that I didn't necessarily want to play. I was doing it for the sake of showing changes, so I think it was a little bit of a balance there. I'm really excited, and I mean really excited about the new Quick Match changes that limit the number of stealth heroes you can have on your team. But of course, that number is not limited if you queue in a party. So here we go again. I do think the changes overall are pretty fantastic, though. Hi, team. With this build, it's very important to get in as many auto attacks as you possibly can. Anything that you can hit, go hit it. Every 3 auto attacks are going to proc Insight. Doesn't matter if you're actually going to kill something. Doesn't matter if it's going to die. You just need to be attacking. Because you have to get that cooldown reduction in as soon as possible. We did go Insight level 1. This is a quest talent now. That's the main reason it's different from the early style Kharazim, is because, well, it used to just give mana back. And now, after landing 300 successful punches, but MFPallytime, it says 100 crit things on the tooltip. Yeah, 300 successful punches. You will then start to get cooldown reduction on your trait. Every time you do that critical hit thing, you're going to get some CDR. Now, I don't give a shit what you're punching. Does not matter. I'm punching this right now because, you know why? I can't punch anything in lane. That is the main reason. And we're doing this again just for the cooldown reduction. We're already at 18, 19, 20. We're a quarter of the way there, and we got a mercenary camp without losing XP. It's like the best of both. It's like Hannah Montana, you know what I mean? Let's see if we can fix up our little probe here. There you go, little buddy. Now you go back out into the world. This build does work better with an organized team, but I feel like I could say that with most builds in the game, now. But if you have a warrior or two, which is the meta right now, you can get so much healing out with Kharazim, it's actually ridiculous. I could have probably chased that down a little bit more if I really wanted to. Can't heal. There we go. I'll go ahead and sippy cup. We did save that sippy cup. So we're at 22 out of 100 for our level 1 talent at 2 minutes. I feel like that's not bad. Usually my goal is to have this quest done by the level 10 mark. So I think we're doing pretty well. I don't know when we're going to enter the mines, but I'm going to hang out by our Probius here and make sure he stays okay. It seems like we're just landing. How's this quest talent going? Not very good. I don't have a heal for him, but let's punch that Lunara and make her go away. No, I'm sorry! I spread the bomb! I'm really bad! Ah! No, you lived! Ah! Sorry. Yeah, I totally got that guy killed. Feels bad, man. Now, while I was killing off my own team members in the mines, the good part of our team that I'm not a part of is in there getting skulls. You know what I'm doing? I'm gonna punch things. Gonna punch things. We did go for the healing spirit. I like this just because it puts out more healing, to be totally honest. I like having the AoE around, and you'll notice that essentially we're trying to push out as much healing as possible. That's the entire intention of this build. So if we can just like become even more overkill with that, I like it. Now you could go for either of these. Earth Ally would reduce auto attack damage. That would be really good. But again, I like to just go completely overkill with the amount of healing that I'm pushing out just by picking up that spirit ally as well. Probably not the most common choice, but that's okay. This is my build. Get off of it. I don't really know what the team's doing right now. We're not in the mines anymore. I think we're just letting them have the golem. I do think we should contest, but it also might be a little too late. So it looks like they're going to get camps, and we'll just defend whatever lane we end up defending. How bad is this looking? I think it's almost dead. Oh, man. Alright, we'll go ahead and drop the spirit ally. They're actually really low on health. We can hop over to Sonya here, heal her up a little bit. And we're still doing the most important part, which is just punching things. I don't have a heal, but I can step in and tank it. Alright, and we stole some skulls. That's good. Good job, team. Good job, team. I'm gonna rotate top and punch that Gazlo a little bit. We're at 72 attacks out of the, or crits, or whatever you want to call them, out of the 100 we need. But Gazlo, I'm gonna hit your minions and stuff. Again, it doesn't fucking matter what you're hitting. You just need to focus on auto-attacking in the early game. Alright. Alright, we good. Shit, I mean... What do... Yeah. I mean, I kind of wanted to defend that because they have a Gazlo pushing with it, but I guess we're going to move in. Now, there is the Deadly Reach cooldown reduction here. I don't think that's necessary at all. What I like to get is the ally movement speed. I have messed around with the cooldown reduction while testing this out, and I have been successful with it. But I kind of think it's just overkill because you could essentially have Deadly Reach up all the time as long as you're auto-attacking anyway. I just don't think it's needed. So the movement speed just gives your allies a little bit more mobility in these team fights, allows them to be a little more aggressive. I'll go ahead and drop the Spirit Ally now just to keep us kind of healthy. We're at 83 auto attacks, increasing very quickly. We're all at full health. Look, it's beautiful. Now we are probably going to need to start backing out soon. This Lunara is actually not focusing on us at all, and she's a little out of position. Maybe we could take her down there. Master's Touch at 8. Convection Oven is at pretty low numbers as well, so we're doing pretty good denying quest sacks for the enemy team, at least so far. And we only need 10 more auto attacks, or those critical ones. You know what I'm talking about by now, to get our quest complete. Once this quest is complete with this particular setup, with our talent at level 7, we're going to be giving nearly constant movement speeds increases to our team as long as we can continue to auto attack. And again, this becomes easier if you have more of a front line. We're kind of the front line for our team. This build is also fantastic for helping your team secure bosses, especially if you have like really weird team comps, because you can tank the entire boss, like on Blackheart's Bay or Cursed Hollow. You could tank the entire fucking thing without losing any health, especially as this build continues to ramp up. You could see like once we start attacking things, we can Breath of Heaven. Deadly Reach is going to be off cooldown soon. We are going to increase the duration of Deadly Reach at level 13, which means we can keep hitting and keep lowering our cooldowns. And essentially, this just scales completely out of control. It really does get really good, like really good. Let's see if we can rotate down and help our team. I don't really know what we're doing down there, but I'm not doing anything up here. I'm definitely not going to be going after that Gazlowe. Now, since we're not going for like a high DPS build, I like to go Divine Palm. I think Divine Palm's really fun. I've been playing with some Tazdingos, with some Zu'Jins, and Divine Palm has allowed us to do some crazy shit. There we go. Go ahead and put the Spirit Ally down. That'll actually take aggro away from the Valeera, so she can walk out a little bit easier. And then we just auto-attack stuff to heal her back up to full, no problem. I don't know what the B-step was for. I guess Gazlowe was B-stepping us a lot. The friendly team is fighting down to the bottom lane. Let's see if we can get down there really quick. No, it looks like we will not save our Nova, but a good pickup for the team regardless. We might actually want to chase this down. He's pretty out of position. And he's used all of his cooldowns already. But no, it's just me. Okay. Dodge that! Yeah! Yeah! Eat that! I blew up my ally with a living bomb earlier, but I dodged the Medivh, so I'm obviously good at this game. Oh. I overthought it there. Overthought it. We flew too close. Alright, so Divine Palm is one of the hardest heroic abilities in the entire game, in my humble opinion. My not so humble opinion. But it does allow you to do some pretty ridiculous things. I'm just gonna wait a second. Whoa! It's not gonna work! Because I put the healing thing down. If I didn't put the healing thing down, that palm would have worked no problem. I play this game for a living. Alright, so we are getting pretty low on mana. It's just because we've been doing a lot of ability spamming without actually auto-attacking anything. Ideally with this build, you never have to go back ever. In the perfect world, because you're always going to be able to punch something to get your mana back. But as you can see right now, we're pretty drained. We're pretty drained right now. Now, the good part about this build is you do have the Spirit Ally for when you are drained. So I'm gonna ping the Spirit Ally. Okay, all right. The bad part about the Spirit Ally is sometimes your allies won't see it and they'll just leave anyway. Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking hit this thing. I have to get mana back somehow. There we go. All is right with the world again. Our Probius is doing a lot of really good zoning over there. We can tank this all day. Alright. Alright, team, we good. We do have Divine Palm back up. Maybe we'll actually land one this game. That would be pretty exciting for me. I have gotten really good at it, actually. Like, that Palm would have saved Probius if I didn't take that extra step and put the Spirit Ally down as well. But I will admit, I have had some games with this setup where I haven't used Divine Palm at all. Like, just haven't needed it. Just because of the sheer amount of healing that you're actually pushing out without, without needing to, like, do much of anything else. You can just go punch stuff and then just keep healing like crazy. Now, this is where we're going to get the duration increase. This is just going to make it so we can basically keep punching and keep that mana return coming for an even easier cost. So you can see that was one full Deadly Reach combo, got most of my mana back, and it was already off cooldown again so I could start punching. Now this is more of a specialized kind of talent pickup here. We're not going to be able to use that in the middle of team fights all the time, but when we can, it's fantastic, just fantastic. The enemy team is pushing in pretty hard here. We do have a heal ready to go. We have a spirit healer thing on the ground ready to go. Well, that'll heal Probius up, no problem. And it looks like we're pushing in pretty hard here. I'm just gonna keep punching stuff and keep healing. That's the only thing I want to do. I want to keep punching. And then jump in and heal people up with that Breath of Heaven. Now we're gonna punch the building. And you know what we're gonna do after? We're gonna heal people up with the Breath of Heaven. This isn't like a hyper-aggressive thing. This is just a complete and utter, like, you can out-sustain everything kind of build. It's not really meant to dive in and get kills. What it is meant to do is where other healers kind of need that breathing room to catch everybody up, you just continue to go in. You just continue to punch things. And then you don't need that breathing room because it's an AoE heal to everyone on your team. Oh yeah, dive me though. Dive me though, please. I was gonna say it failed, but it actually worked. Look at that. Look at that. I'm good at this game, team. Seriously, I think that saved me on the last possible tick. Now, I did mess up with my Breath of Heaven there, but we could just go in and try to look. That was my fault. That was completely my fault. Should have been able to save Sonya there. Now, instead of the Way of 100 Fists, which is by far the most popular town in this tier now, we're going to go for the Echo of Heaven, so our heal ticks a second time for free. So not only do we have incredibly efficient mana return, not only do we have incredibly efficient cooldown reduction, not only are we going to be able to deal a decent amount of damage while we're going in and just punching things nonchalantly, but now we get a free heal out of it, which we're also reducing the cooldown of, and then able to do another free heal, no problem. It's pretty ridiculous. It's a pretty ridiculous build. I really like it. Looks like Valeera is having a little bit of trouble in the bottom lane. I'm pretty sure they can see her. Maybe she'll be okay, maybe not. We'll grab this vision on the way down, or at least halt their vision, and see if we can make it in. I'm almost here. She could actually turn around on that, no problem. She decided not to, though. That's fine. And we just need to make sure we stay next to her for that second pulse. It's such efficient healing. It's actually incredible. And then, while we have a little bit of downtime, we just need to punch stuff to get all of our mana back, just like that. I have always been a fan of builds that can just jump around and never have to go back, just always doing something, always in the action. That's one of the reasons I love Kerrigan so much, actually. It's just because with the proper build on Kerrigan, you can sustain through everything. Now we have the proper build on Kharazim that is always healing, always on the offensive, always pushing it, always doing something. Yeah, I'm not gonna chase that. I'm gonna grab this camp. It is fantastic. You do miss out on damage. So if you wanted to go for like the hybrid healer thing, you could dish out a ton more damage with the dashing strikes when it's fixed, because it is a little bugged right now, as we mentioned. But I used to not like Insight because it felt like I wasn't putting out as much healing if I was on a team that I couldn't go in and auto attack with. But as I was testing this, I came to the realization that I wouldn't be putting out any healing with the whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. The Transcendence trait at level 1. I wouldn't be putting out any healing with that either. So, I mean, it's kind of the same. There's really no difference. I used to think that the Transcendence was better just because if I could go in and attack at all, I'd be doing more healing. But, I mean, if I can go in and attack at all, I'm going to be lowering the cooldowns of my shit anyway. So it's kind of, you know, it's kind of the same. You get what I'm saying, or you don't. I don't think I'm making my argument any better. All right, so it looks like we're controlling that door really well. Medivh's down here in the mines somewhere. It looks like Gazlo's going in to hit the core. Huh. I wonder if he knows he can't hit that. Huh. All right, let's go get the boss. Let's just hit this, shall we? I can stand in this. I don't care. Now I guess we'll be pushing the bottom lane. We'll be pushing the bottom lane with our team, but going straight for their core. The difference being that the keeps are dead, so we can hit their core. You know, it's kind of the main difference. So it's just a little different from, you know, our current scenario. But he broke that wall down and he could walk to the core, so why couldn't he kill it? I just don't understand. Quick match, boys. So, my healing in this match is actually a little low. I think that has to do with the fact that we do have the double stealthies that have been roaming around. Usually my numbers are a bit higher. And I guess when I'm practicing the build too, I'm a lot more focused on what I'm doing rather than trying to commentate at the same time. So I'd probably play a lot better by myself than I would in here. Oh, I'm a sheep. I got you, boo, don't worry. Please die! Please die, though! Fuck. Hold on, I'll get you. Come here. Stop running away. What are you doing? Stop. Keep going. What the fuck? Sometimes people just don't want your help. It took 2 heals to heal her up back to full health. Alright. Good game, everybody. Actually, I go for Storm Shield here at the end. That's been my level 20 of preference, just because you can pop it right at the beginning of a fight, and it gives you even more sustain than you had before, which is pretty ridiculous. I'm not doing the dash as much with this build. There's really not much emphasis on that. It's more like trying to live through everything. And if the enemy team does focus me, which has happened some, because, you know, I'm trying to be up on the front line with the warriors. I'm trying to be in there hitting things. If the enemy team does focus me, then typically I just palm myself, which is pretty easy to land. You just self-cast with alt, and it's really no problem. I've been having a lot of success with this build over the last few days. It's very old school Kharazim with just a slight change, which is level 1 talent. And this wasn't even a good healing match. And you can see that I healed 41% more than other Kharazims do. And that, again, this was a low healing. I've broken 100k in a 20-minute match before. But that was with an Arthas and an Anubarak with me too, so they were constantly going in and constantly taking damage, and then I would go in with them, and they would kind of create a shield for me and crowd control stuff if they try to attack me. It was like perfect. So Double Warrior, this goes fucking phenomenal with. It's fun to use Divine Palm again. I haven't used it in a long time. But the build today, inside Spirit Ally, Heavenly Zeal, Divine Palm, Fists of Fury, Echo of Heaven, and Storm Shield. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We should be back to a pretty normal schedule, although I am flying out again Sunday. It's Tuesday now, so I'll try to get some content done before then. Thank you for watching. See y'all next time. Hello, everyone. Pallytime is here. Close enough.